Adventures! Welcome to a very special episode of the Whispers of Lindwurm. This is Hoopoe whispering into your ears the updates about the Warcrow universe and its games. And today I am not alone here, for I am accompanied by these three lovely gentlemen, because today we are going to play the very first scenario for our dungeon crawler Warcrow Adventures. Allow me to introduce you to the travelers that are joining us in the adventure. Here is Brendan, a dear friend of the family at Corvus Belli, followed by Jonathan, Hart and Jerry Boner, both translator and editor of the campaign in English for Warcrow Adventures. Guys, thank you so much for joining us here.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much
for having us. Yep.
I am enjoying the scientist. So yeah, today, as I was saying, we will be playing the first scenario for Warcrow Adventures. Now, what is it, Warcrow Adventures? This is a dungeon crawler that we are presenting to you from Corvus Belli, and this is a narrative challenge. Throughout the campaign and the missions, you will be able to explore the surroundings of Hawthorn Point and learn a little bit more of what actually is going on in there, because the city is surrounded by a mysterious fog, and from time to time, strange creatures are seen crawling from it. So the group of adventurers here gathered are just, gonna do what they do best: explore, travel, and potentially fight some very creepy monsters, which is all what I'm here for. So, who are we gonna play with today? If you know a little bit about our characters, if you want to learn more, you can check the playlist called The Whispers of Lindwurm in our YouTube channel. But let's just make a quick overview on who is gonna be playing who. Starting from the back over there, Jerry is going to be playing Darach, a CNN elf ranger, very energetic, DPS of the gang. Then Jon is going to be playing Sokka Izimun from Mount Haven, a guardian, a defender, our tank. Brendan is going to be playing Ludivine Corban from Feudum, a priestess of Celas with a very, very well-suited armor for battle. And finally, I will play with Naida Caladrin, an excellent wizard from the Hegemony of Emberzig, and I study elf and the eldest of the group. Each one of our characters is different, although they share the same character sheet that has the same sections. We're going to see just a quick overview on how these ones look. On the top, there is a part with the name of the character and the initial equipment, and then we have different elements that you will use through the game. On the top, we have the initiative. We will see what that one is about in just a minute. Then below, we have the number of energy cubes they come to the battle with, followed by the vitality value, how many wounds they can take before falling unconscious. On the other side, we have the movement value. Down, represented by a rook, we have the defense value, and the little galaxy friend over there is actually the magical resistance value. All of our characters share some attributes. They don't have the same value on them, but they do have the same attributes. And from top to bottom, from left to right, we have strength, agility, intelligence, perception, charisma, and willpower. Now, if you look at the character sheet closely, you will see these different symbols, and this is called an expertise symbol. What does this mean? That some symbols can be used in favor on some roles, but again, as we get playing, you will see what this is about. And on this part of the character sheet, below, we have the innate ability. This is something your character knows how to do and can do all the time. This is their thing. This is the innate ability. In the case of Darach, for example, he has a very good aim, so he can take advantage of this to improve some of his roles. And now, without further ado, let's get into our first scenario of the main narrative campaign, Missing.
It is late in the day when you find the collapsed head of a colossal statue. The sculpture's forehead alone exceeds the height of a normal person. Here in this place, the trail you are following has gone cold. Clouds darken the sky, making it seem later than it truly is. You calculate that it won't be long until sunset, and you decide that you do not want to stay in this forest any longer than is necessary after the sun goes down. Naturally, you have already heard the travelers' tales about teams of explorers who never return from their quests in this place. But in this particular case, those who are missing here are members of the Expeditionary Company 21, Mount Haven's ambassador to Hawthorn Point. Thurgood Thurswood was forced to reach out to you for aid as she had no one else to turn to. The ambassador doesn't seem too thrilled by your presence, but the fact that Soka is in your company seems to have allayed her initial fears, so she bestowed upon you the task of tracking down Company 21 and bringing them back safely to Hawthorn Point. If you can find them, that is. The night approaches as if it were a fearsome veil of shadows. You must make haste to find the clues that will lead you to the missing Company 21.
Now, our trusty app is going to be with the deployment instructions. So first of all, we need to place the tiles, which we have already. But not only the tiles are in this game, because we have a lot of game elements, starting with the markers. Can you guys pass me one interaction and one exploration, please? That's the one.
There you go.
Brilliant. The first one that we have here is an iteration marker, and this one, as its name states, can be interacted with. This means that our characters can perform actions, or maybe they will be required a roll, but basically you need to invest some time on this. These do not occupy a space, and they do not block line of sight. And the same for these ones. Although the exploration markers do not need to be activated per se, you don't need to invest as much time as, and the moment you step on these ones, on the app you should click on it and it will be automatically activated. As I'm saying, I insist, the exploration markers, they don't occupy a place. You can step on them. In fact, that will happen when you activate them, and they don't block line of sight, which is something you will be thinking in just about a moment. And now for the deployment instructions. Here on the app we have signaled where to put our miniatures, and by this yellow rectangle that indicates to deploy the characters in space A of tile 101 and adjacent spaces. So let's go. I personally care for my security, so I'm going to be placed just here in the back, so you guys can just go around if you wish.
Okay, well, I think Ludwig, who has pretty good armor and stuff, will probably go right here to defend her friend.
Yeah, and being a tank, I think Sokka can go
Okay,
in the middle.
Beautiful.
Okay, and then we'll form a little skirmish line, I guess.
Perfect. Protect the elder.
Absolutely, yeah, protect the wizard.
Exactly.
And we have our objectives. We have to find the trail of Company 21 and discover what happened to them. I'm positive we're going to find them. I trust us.
Are you now?
I mean,
We'll do our best.
my character doesn't, because Naida definitely is thinking, what the hell are we doing at this time, at these forests? But I want to believe. That's the main thing. However, we won't be starting our turn just yet, because there is an abnormal silence in the forest, and this is not a good sign. Now the app is asking us for a combined test. Now what is it, a combined test? This means we need to gather the dice for our attribute. In this case, a perception test will be required. So we need to gather the dice that we have signaled on our perception attribute and throw them together. Thus, we will be counting all successes that we obtain and putting them on the app. So my role in perception, I can't have sharp eyesight. Which one's yours?
Mine is a red and a yellow.
There you go.
And for Sokka, it's orange and yellow.
And mine is 2. 1 yellow and 2 orange.
Okay, so let's rolling. Okay, I have 2.
I didn't do so well.
Sokka's looking at the butterflies.
I also got
lost.
2. I also got 2.
Sokka's distracted.
Okay, so how many?
Is that
2 and a hollow.
2.5?
2.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2.
2, yep.
2.
And 2.
6.
Woo!
total.
It's good. He says, not having contributed to it at all.
2 exclamation
Did we make it?
exclamation points, John. Come on.
Exactly.
All right, now's your turn.
Try harder.
Exactly. Do better. Do better.
There you go.
Okay, let's read. Despite the dim light, you can make out footprints on the ground that are covered with some loose leaves, as if someone, or thing, made an effort to cover their tracks. Amongst these trampled leaves, the emblem of the Company 21 can be seen, its polished veneer dulled by the mud and grime. Following the marks on the ground, you can tell that these grooves were caused by dragging the wayward dwarves. There are also signs of a valiant struggle, punctuated by small dollops of blood. Your keen attention leads you to a rope camouflaged on the ground. You follow the rope carefully to uncover several crossbows surreptitiously hidden amongst the rocks. It is clear that someone, or thing, has gone to great lengths to not only disguise their tracks, but to also conceal their deadly traps. Just then you hear the revolting sound of gurgling, coupled with something breaking the surface of a nearby pool of stagnant water. You stare in astonishment as corrupted bodies crawl out of the muck and turn their empty, haunted eyes towards you. You have no idea what these things are now, but it is clear they were once human. Their rotted, molting flesh is split apart, revealing bone and muscle. Their heads are no longer attached to their bodies, but they are held in place by a thick, black mass, unlike anything you've seen in your life. The same black rot runs through the corpse's insides, as if it were an animated, pulsing spine, which keeps them on their feet. With a terrible, throaty groan, the creatures shamble towards you.
Okay, so we did pretty well. As you heard and read, we avoided the trap, which is good, but we did not avoid the nasty presence of the husks that just appear, sprouted from the stagnant water. So now we start our combat round. First, we need to deploy our enemies, and again, the app is going to give us the instructions. It says deploy 1 unit of husks in space D of tile 101 and adjacent spaces. That will be that one. Can I have, please, can you play the black ones over here? Did you see the
ones with the black bases?
Yeah, the one with the black base. That one's great.
Okay, there we go.
I'm gonna need the grey ones too.
Okay.
As we're deploying the husk, allow me to tell you, the game will come with some plastic hoops that you can attach to the base in order to make the difference between the nothing, if the color is not specified, the black hoop and the white hoop. How do I know which one belongs to who? The app is going to tell you. And now, let's talk about something. Something that I don't know there's a formal translation for, but it's very interesting. The wicked, the nasty, the terrible, the evil artificial intelligence. Now we know that we need to place the husk number 1 on space D, but the app said and adjacent one. So where are we going to put it if there's no further indication? In this case, we need to do what would be worst for us as players. We need to imagine the app is actually run by a person. There's like an evil master over there. So definitely they won't put the husk far from us or at a part that they know reaches. No, definitely they would put the husk adjacent to Ludivine over here. So there you have it. And now, may I have the grey-based husks, please?
Okay.
They're
So there you go. And these ones were...
Sneaky husks.
Very sneaky.
They're so silent. These ones were on tile C and adjacent. So the same for these ones. We're going to place one here and other one here. But what happened is accidentally you pushed OK and you passed and you cannot remember the instructions we gave you that the app showed. That's no problem. That's the reason we have a log. Find the log just in the right side of the app, clicking on these three black dots on this golden part, and then you can click on the log and see all the instructions in case, you were so scared by the presence of the host that you forgot or to press it too quickly, or maybe you are just like me and Sokka, a little bit absent-minded and you just forgot. Now, what do? We need, can I have the cards for the black, and the black is the one, Robin? Yes. Yeah. And then the grey one is the, actually it's transparent.
There's one in the middle here.
No, the one to the left.
There's one.
I'm so proud of myself. I'm making the difference between left and right so easily in this game. Okay, so.
This is white.
Yeah.
Like we have bases differentiated by colors, our initiative tokens are going to be differentiated as well. As if you can see, this one has nothing on it, but this one is surrounded by a black circle, marking that this one is the one with the gray base and this one is the one with the black base. And same for the cards. If you see over here, you will see that this one, the husk, sorry, let me rephrase that one. The husk are units of 2 enemies. And in here, let's put these ones away, we have also marked the cards with the colors or the absence of a color. In here we have marked that this is the black unit, and in here this is transparent, therefore there's no color assigned to it, therefore it's like the default one, the color of the base, gray. For numbers 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, you players are going to be in charge of assigning them to the miniatures. So what do you think, guys? Which one is 1? Which one is 2?
Should we do like the closest one to them is number 1 and the other one's number 2? Or,
Sure.
Yeah?
Same for the 1?
Yeah, same for the gray one too.
Yeah.
Okay. So in here, in the cards of the enemies, you can see they have common elements with the characters. They also have an initiative value over here. They have a defense and a magical resistance value. They have an attack, and they have some abilities. How do they behave? The app is going to tell us when the moment comes. And speaking of that, when do we know the moment comes? How are we organized the fight? Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to fight these nasty things.
Yeah, itching for it.
Okay. So now is when this beautiful element comes to play. May I present to you, travelers, the initiative tracker. This is an element that is going to allow us to organize the turns and to determine whose turn is and when. So, when initially deploying the initiative tokens, see, the enemies have one, and we also do. Is this little token with our beautiful faces on it? And when we initially put the initiative tracker on the table because the enemies appear, first of all, the tokens of the enemies are placed. To know when and where we need to deploy them, we need to look at the cards. The Husk have a value 5 for the initiative, therefore they go to position 5. And we form a pile. And then is our turn. We're gonna start with the fastest in the team, which is Darach. Darach has a value of 3 for his initiative, but also Soka is going to be fast in this one because you have something you can use.
Yes,
you,
she does. She has the emblem of company 17, which means you can place your initiative token in position 3.
Whenever the enemies appear and we change it around. So,
Oh, yes, true.
what happens? Now they have the same initiative value for starters, which is 3, and Ludivine and Naida also share the initiative value, which is 4. Now, initially, only in the initial deployment of the tokens and only then, players can decide who activates first. The character on top of the pile is going to activate first, and then it will be followed by the rest of them. So, you guys, you can decide the order of activation.
Well, I think it's only fair that the one with the bow and arrow gets to go first.
Sure.
So we can sort of lay down some supporting fire.
Works for me.
So why don't I put Soka here?
You can
and then
flip me on top of you.
Yeah, that I got.
In the best way possible.
And now to indicate that Soka has used her emblem of the company, we rotate the card.
There we go.
What do you say, lovely Craig from Feudum? I think you should go first.
I think I should probably go first.
Yeah, me too.
That way I can maybe prepare to tank a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
please do.
let's get it
Please
ready.
do. They're too close to me. Okay, so now we start with the initiative tracker as a clock would do. There's nobody and nothing because elements could be placed in the initiative tracker. There's nothing here. There's nothing in position 2, but there is indeed someone on position 3. So, Darach, the floor is yours. Do some of your magic.
Do some of my magic. Alrighty. Let's,
Okay, so now what Jerry is doing is gathering his energy.
yes. So I'm just going to go through the first line and do those 3 actions.
Okay, so now, as you can see, all characters have a reserve of energy, and in this case, Darach has 3 little cubes, representing 3 cubes of energy. To the right of the character sheet, there is this panel that we call the activation panel. In order to perform actions, you need to fill the required spaces, which are signaled in these kind of bronze copper color, and if you see these lines, you will see each of them has a different requirement. The first one, for example, requires all 3 cubes of energy. The following 2 only need 2 of them, and then the 2 at the bottom only require 1. However, you can go further as long as you fill the required spaces, meaning that you could use the lines with 2 required energy cubes, but fill the 3rd space if there's energy left for you. What are the actions that we can perform? We can, for example, attack, which will be marked by our weapons and the armor we're using. We can also help our companion in, before they're unconscious. We could use our consumable card, or we can gain our pool of movement again in order to run. Now, Darach doesn't have to move because he's perfectly located and ready to smash the skull of one of the husks with his arrows. So, Jerry, what are you going to do? Where are you going to put your...
I'm going to go up, we're going to go big or go home here with the first 3 actions, or the first line where we can do 3 actions out of the gate.
And in that, you see that Jerry has placed the cubes, and underneath the cubes, there's some symbols. Each character has a different symbol in the character sheet, and there is a little help card over here to consult. These are called triggers, and they are automatic, meaning that if you want and are able to, you can activate them as soon as you put the energy cube on them. The first one for Jerry was displace, meaning that you could move one square if one of the spaces. But I don't think you want to. Do you want to move?
No.
Not needed. And then on the other 2, it says Hunter's Mark and Hunter's Mark, meaning that he can place a Hunter's Mark on one of the enemies, and then 2 because that's the next trigger that he's activated. The Hunter's Mark is Darach's special mechanic. And again, each one of our characters has their own special thing. They all have different things they can do. In the case of Darach is a Hunter's Mark, then Soga has the Taunted tokens, Ludivine has her aura, and Naida has the Naurlin, these little orbs of energy that float around. So, back to you, Jerry.
Okay. And we're going to, since they're right here, we're going to go after these gray guys.
Yeah.
Right in front of my face, yeah.
And then number 2 too. Are you going to place that to number 2 as well?
Yeah, why not? Let's see if we can take them out.
Yeah.
Does it have to be seen though?
Which one?
To do it? This one or no?
You cannot see that one, but I mean you can place them because you don't need line of sight in order to put the Hunter's Mark. But yeah, I mean if you wanted to shoot at them, you can't because there's one in front of you. Now, line of sight, something that I am aware that worries you. How do I know if I can shoot my opponent or smash my opponent? This is how. As long as you can trace a straight line between one corner of the space you are occupating and the one the enemy is occupating without any interruptions. See, for example, there is one big interruption over here. So this means that Darach is able to see this husk, and this one. However, he cannot see this one because there's another husk in front of him. So, yeah, I hope that answers all your questions regarding line of sight. And now, Jerry has chosen an action and he's going to perform his attack. In order to do so, we need to gather our attack roll, which is the dice located in our weapon, but also the armor. Why is that? What's the explanation behind that? There's actually 2 very good reasons to throw your armor, which has a defensive die. First of all, you're wearing it. I mean, it's something that you literally have on you, so you cannot get rid of that in order to perform an attack. And second, some enemies might return the blow. And the third and the secret option is that you can benefit from the switches. What is a switch? We're gonna see that just a few seconds. First, let's allow Jerry to throw his incredible roll.
So with my bow storm here, I got a red and a yellow as attack, and then black for the armor. And I got 2.
Oh my God!
Follow success.
Yeah.
And then you've got.
Miss.
Can you do a switch with this? You've got solid success and hollow success.
Right.
And solid special. So then you can add another 2.
Jesus.
Is that what I did? Yeah. So 'cause of
How
his
many
switch-
was that?
Well, he's got 2, and then he's got the hollow success, and he's got the solid special. And that means he can do a switch and add another 2. So he's got 4.
So that was a perfect example on how a switch works. What is a switch? A switch is an effect allowed by the use of special symbols or certain group of symbols. In the case of Dara, his bow allows him to use some of the symbols that per se won't be useful, but they allow him to change the result of the roll for a very powerful attack. Madre mia. That was a very powerful one.
Took his head off.
So, that's how you use a switch. Maybe if you didn't get all the successes you wanted, you can use specials, hollow blocks, hollow successes to activate one effect. In the case of Darar, it's just adding 2 more successes to the roll, because why bloody not? Okay, so you attack number 1, I am assuming.
Yes.
Okay, and we go to the app. Sorry, I was just like fascinated by this.
Super cool.
Okay, so 4, was it?
Yes.
So we go to the app and we click on husk number 1, and then we add 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's only on one remaining wound. 2. That was a very difficult thing
Can
for
we
me
look
to
at the
say.
hunter's mark though, Hoopoe? Because it says here with 2 solid success specials, you get to add another one.
Yes, but that would imply that you need an extra special because you only can use switches once, and if you are using a symbol to activate one switch, you cannot use that same symbol to activate the next one.
Okay.
So
Forgive my ignorance.
No, I mean, if we can't allow that to do that.
It would be a killing machine.
He's really dangerous as he is.
Damage, I think.
He came
Doing
here.
well enough, yeah.
Yeah. So now that activation has finished, and he needs to advance on the initiative tracker as many positions as his initiative value.
3.
Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Ahsoka, that is your turn.
Okay, she's going to use some of this energy.
So, first thing, important. I haven't talked about the movement. I mentioned the run thing, but what happens with my movement value? How do I get it? So, if at the start of our activation we are not adjacent to any enemies, that means we get our full pool of movement for free. We don't need to invest any energy on it. We already have it. We're free from any bondings or obstacles around us. If we had an enemy adjacent to us, we would need to spend energy to run, I'm afraid. But now you are free as a bird, so you can move wherever you want.
She's going to deftly step this way and put herself in front of Darak, being a good little tank that she is, and finish the job that he started.
Okay.
Yeah. So with that being said, I'm going to start putting some energy cubes on the top line again. Taunt markers.
Okay. That means you can taunt some of the enemies. You want to taunt the other two?
Yes, I do, yes. The taunt is going to make their rolls get downgraded. Right? That's going to make them worse in combat.
Exactly.
So I'm going to taunt this one. Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to taunt this one over here.
Good.
Okay.
And
I
now
like that.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a bit of a helping hand there.
appreciate it.
Weaken them up a
She
little bit. Yeah.
Just kind of looking after her kin. Okay.
Oh, I like that.
So I'd like to just get straight into the attacking bit.
Do it.
So she's got a really fearsome axe, which means that she needs 2 yellow dice, and then she's got a shield and some armor. So the shield's going to give her a black dice, and the armor's going to give her a blue one.
You might have noticed, travelers, that the husks are doing basically nothing in order to avoid the attacks, and that is because the husks,
They're in their pants.
they just don't have a defense value because they're walking corpses. They couldn't care less. All the enemies, though, they're gonna have different values and different attributes. But yeah, just in case someone's wondering, how come the husk are not defending themselves? Well, it's just they just can't be asked.
They don't know how to do it.
Can't be bothered.
Okay, shall we slap him then?
Yes.
You should.
Saying that, there's not much slapping going on there.
Oh, wow.
But I do have switch, which fortunately I can change this one into a success.
Okay, so you are indeed finishing off Great Husk number 1. In the app, it says, have you defeated this enemy? Yes, indeed. And now, poop. You obtain bone fragments. What are these and where can I get more? Well, if you actually, as we get smashing and we get exploring, we will get ingredients that we can exchange in Hawthorn Point for lovely consumable cards. And if you want to consult how many of them do you have, just click on the inventory and in there you will be granted the access to everything you've gathered so far on the scenario. So there you have it. We have some lovely bone fragments. We can make a necklace with it.
Bone fragments everywhere.
Yeah.
So I just remove it.
Bone fragment.
Yeah, they are gone. Bye, friend.
And I remove the markers from it.
Yeah, and now you recover your marks, and you get that one, and that gets his hunter's mark, and yeah, you're finished.
Okay, not bad. Enough. It was enough.
You killed something.
You
That's
did a good
I
job.
finished it off.
You finished it off.
So your initiative value is...
Initiative value is up here, right? It's 5.
Yeah.
So we're going to move it along
1, 2,
5.
3, 4, and 5. Ludivine, now it's your
Okay.
turn.
Okay, so I started with my 3 aura tokens on me. And so this first line here allows me to recover 2, but I don't need to spend all my energy to recover 2 if I already have them all. So I think I'm actually going to use the final line here, where I can just put 1. And yeah, I'm just going to put 1, so I'm going to spend one of my aura tokens. And with that, I can attack.
Do it.
All right, so I need 2 yellows and a black, if I'm not
There
mistaken.
you go.
All right, let's see. Okay, so
Not
I got
bad.
I got a normal one, I got a shield, and I got 2,
Specials.
no, 3 specials.
3 specials, that's good.
Okay, so the specials allow me to heal characters in my aura, which is like a range around me, which now is an aura of 2, but there's no one within my aura. Well, there are people within my aura, but there's no one hurt within my aura.
We're
So I
good.
guess I can just do 1 damage to this husk.
Okay. Is that number 1? Yes.
That's number 1, yeah.
Yeah. Boom.
All right, and now, because I have 2 more energy cubes, I'm going to use this right here. And so now I can, with this one here, I can upgrade one of my rolls.
Yes,
so,
you can.
I believe this means I can change this one for an orange, correct? For another attack. And I can also recover one of my aura tokens,
Beautiful.
which I spent before. And now I'm going to attack the same husk again
Do it.
with my mace. And I did
We get another
1 more damage. Okay.
Okay. 1 more wind. That's
Not
fine.
bad, not
You were
bad.
hoping for more, weren't you? You were hoping for more.
Hoping for
Yeah.
more. Yeah, after what he did, the blow he did there. Was,
I mean, he's a DPS. That's his job.
yeah.
So
Anyway,
Okay.
I defend a little bit more.
you
yeah.
do. All right. So you finish, and then it's my turn. Now I can't see that one, and Naida is a special one because, as you can see in here, she has 2 normal energy cubes and then 1 dark energy cube. That means that she's a wizard, and in this world, using magic comes with a price. And this price is called stain, which will have some effects on you if not cleaned properly. Thankfully, Naida comes pretty well prepared to the battle, and she has ways of getting rid of the stain when she gets it. But for now, what I'm gonna do is I am going to... Wait, came to play. I'm going to actually put 1 stain token on myself, and I'm going to use this one to upgrade my roll. So you see, you can go further than the required energy limits as long as you have energy with you. So this means I can upgrade my roll. So now I am throwing 2 orange and a yellow, and I'm going to attack this little guy over there. Okay, so I got 2, and I got a special. So it allows me to add a third one to it. And I am attacking number 2 of the gray. 1, 2, 3. And with the remaining energy, I'm going to actually advance 1 position in the initiative tracker and perform a second attack. This won't be upgraded, but anyway, I think I can perform. Can I kill it? Okay, all right, I can. I don't know. Did I? Okay. Oh, I got a special, so that means I can cleanse one of these. And see, she's fully prepared. She knows. And 1, and then I got one of the specials, so that will make it 2. Aha!
Right.
Go back to the pit
This guy,
you
right?
came from. Yes,
Zapped.
we have, and now we have another bone fragment.
And this is another one of Jerry's markers.
So what happened with this, and I advance 1, 2, 3, and 4, and now, yes, it will be the turn of the enemies. Because we're so good. We're so good at our job. We finish with these guys over here. So we take the initiative token out of the initiative tracker. Bye. However, the black ones are still with us. Now we go to the app to see what the behavior will be for these husks. And we click on number 1, which would be the first one to activate, and we click on behavior. Here you will have a list of criteria and instructions on what the husk is going to do, and these will vary. Like, there's no way you're going to learn all the fun behaviors we've prepared for you. Did I mention this is a challenge? These vary within the same scenario and as you progress through the campaign, because you learn, and so do they. Oh, I love the science so much. I am such a science person. Okay, so husk number 1 have someone in distance 1. I don't think they do.
Unfortunately, they do.
Yay!
They're coming for you. They're coming for you.
So they're going to attack. Now, husk number 1 is taunted. That means they need to downgrade their attack. What happens if their attack is already a yellow, which is the lowest value of our die? Just take it out. Easy. Now they attack only with 1 success. And you need to roll your defense and your armor to defend yourself.
All right.
Come on, Ludivine.
I believe that's 2 blacks. Right there.
Go for it.
Okay, I'll roll my
They
armor.
don't throw because they are taunted.
Oh, okay, right.
There you go.
So, my armor, is that? There we go.
Yeah.
And actually, oh no, it's my attack rolls. Never mind.
Yeah, you
Good.
good.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
good.
sure
You
did
have the switches present. Okay. And that will be for husk number 1. Now, husk number 2. He doesn't have anyone in distance 1, but he has someone in distance 2. First, it is going to assault, and assault means to locate yourself adjacent to the enemy. Again, where do we put it? Think of what we could be, like what we would have as a worst outcome, and then do it. In here, the husk is putting, at the range of Soka and Darak, so we're going to put it here. Because yes, the wicked AI, the evil AI, it is the developers. I'm sorry. And now it's going to attack. This one's not taunted, so who wants to be the husk? You're going to be the husk.
Oh, am I? Okay. Do I get to dribble?
And I will.
And they
roll
have
my
1
2.
success. Yeah.
Plus whatever I roll on this, yeah? So
Yes.
1 success
All
plus
right.
another success.
All right,
That's
so
2.
2 successes. Okay.
1 block.
And I have 1 shield.
1 block for you, so you block 1.
My switches do not allow me to block anymore, so I guess I suffer 1 damage,
Yes, you
right?
do.
Take one of these.
You're
and
wounded.
Put it here.
And now they finish, and same as with the characters, we advance the token in the initiative tracker. So now that you've learned how the combat goes, let's get to it. Darach, my man, is your turn again.
Okay. So we're going to attack, I guess, this guy, because he's in my...
Yeah, she's
And you
in
can
the
see
way.
him perfectly, yeah.
Well, I can see him, yeah, but
See this perfectly.
he's over. So we'll go with this time.
Right, so we advance 1.
Advance 1,
Okay.
and then 1...
Hunter's mark.
Whoops, sorry.
Sorry.
He's got everything. He's taunted
Yeah.
with the Hunter's mark.
Just weighing him down.
Not stunned yet, but we'll see.
We'll get there, we'll get there.
Black. Okay.
Oh,
That's
That's awesome. Look, you've got
Yeah,
2 successes and you've got...
Which one's you attacking? Number 1?
It's number...
Yeah, that one's number
Number
1.
one.
Number
Yeah,
2
yeah,
is
yeah.
here.
One.
Move. Number 2,
Definitely.
yeah. Move.
All right,
You've
so
got
how
2
many?
successes and then you've got a switch that you can do as well.
Yep.
Because you're...
Yeah.
Wait, can you do that with switch? Yes. Yeah,
Yes.
that- you add another.
So how many? Just let me
Hunter's
know.
mark.
You know, press like...
3.
3.
It is out. Okay, take it out. Okay, bye.
There it goes.
Full of arrows.
All right. One for you, and
you.
one for you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we still have some energy. Do you want to, move and try again? Because you certainly can.
Yeah.
Skip.
Take my boy over here.
But in there you cannot attack it because the range of your weapons...
Yeah. Okay, wait.
Whoa, okay. You want to be
Okay.
here?
Yeah, can I go? I mean...
Yeah, you can.
Let's go here. Yeah.
But bear something in mind now that I cannot move any longer because he's wasted all of his movement points.
Right.
Because moving through the blue, I was going to say yellow. I know colors. Because moving through the blue lines costs double.
Double,
You
yeah.
can enter here for sure, but it will cost you 2 movement points and not only 1. But from there you can perfectly see the thingy. So
He's nimble.
there you go.
Okay.
So now since Jerry just has 1 energy cube, he would only be able to put it in the 2 lines below, where the required cube is only 1. So we're going to advance his initiative again.
Initiative again.
We're going to attack again, right?
Yep.
Let him have it.
We got 1.
And then you can do another switch to get another
Switch to
one.
get another one. So, yep, 2.
So you can use his hunter's mark. Has he got hunter's mark?
He's
Hasn't
the-
got one.
he
There's no hunter
doesn't.
mark,
He hasn't
actually.
got it,
You
so
got
you
it.
only get 1.
Oh, we get 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only 1? Oh. Are you sure?
Well, he's got hollow
Hollow, yeah.
success and he's got 2 solid
But,
specials.
but Storm has a switch with that.
Oh, yes. Look, you've got a hollow success and a special. You can add
When
another
do-
2.
Yeah, right, with the bow, yeah.
Yeah,
Storm
3
is
damage
awesome.
there.
Yeah, Storm is a very
3.
good bow.
He's got 3.
No.
All right.
Come on, we're almost there. We're almost there.
You got it, yeah.
Okay,
whose
so
turn it is?
1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Luigi, it's your turn.
All right. Well,
Finish it
gonna
off.
try to. Yeah, I'm gonna do my best to attack.
We're trusting you, Luigi.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna use the same one I just used, which is this. Actually, wait, no, sorry. I'm going to use this one this time. I'm gonna advance 1 on the initiative track. And I'm also gonna use this second one here to upgrade my roll.
Cool.
So now I can roll with 1 of these. I'll also roll with 1 of each of these.
And this one.
Oh, look, there's...
Yep. Oh, yeah. Sorry, in the
That's
black.
enough,
Sorry, never
yeah.
roll. Great. And so here I have 2 damage against the husk, but also I have now an exclamation, which on both my mace and this I can heal 1.
Good.
And actually on my mace I also have a second switch, which is a hollow, which allows me to add 1 more damage. So I actually do a total of 3 damage.
1, 2, 3. And
there
it
we
is
go.
gone. Good
Wow.
job.
Fully healed.
That
and
was
this guy's
flawless. We're
gone.
so good at this.
Cleansed it.
Flawless victory.
That was good teamwork.
Exactly.
wasn't
So
it?
now what happens, again, we take this one out from the initiative tracker. They're not going to be bothering us any longer. And this means the round has finished and we move on to the next one. So we press on the app to go to round 2. And round 2 actually introduces the narrative time or narrative round. So the initiative tracker we're not going to use for this one. And we are going to recover our initiative tokens. This one's for me and this is for you. So now for the narrative round, there are some changes to the gameplay that we've implemented in order to make this a little bit, quicker and fun for us. First of all, the order of activation. We can activate as we like. This is a co-op game, so we choose what's better for the group. Movement. Movement-wise, we can move to any space of the tile we are currently or any space of the adjacent tile. Anywhere we want.
Okay. Good.
And in our turn for the narrative part, we are allowed to perform 1 movement and 1 action. Again, an action can be interacting with a marker or using an object if we have the need for it, or just not that we are going to be unconscious at any moment, but if there was a companion just like laying on the ground and asking for a glass of water, we could give the glass of water to them. So, and we and in here we have 2 beautiful markers and some exploration to do. So, let's take the husks out of them.
Oh yeah.
Because we're not gonna be needing them. There you go.
Out.
So I'm going to say that since I actually still have energy, it was still my turn. I might as well finish by doing an action in the free movement, no?
I mean, because
I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah.
That's actually a very good question. What happens if we stop the round and advance one round mid-turn and there's still some energy? We advance, like it's finished.
Okay,
the turn is
cool.
finished.
So
So,
this
this is not
remove these from here.
exactly, which is move on to the next one. If you want to be the first to activate, we can. But I see Sokka is looking at the door.
Yeah,
Sokka
Sokka likes this, the look of this door, so she's going to go down there and have a go. So that means I can pick her up and move her down here and have an explore, right?
Yes, exactly. So we go to the app, and it says, it looks like there's something odd over in that outcropping of rocks. And this is something actually very fun, that in case you forgot what the interaction markers are, or in case you want a hint of what they are, you can access the app, and the first time you press onto one of the tokens, it will give you a description of what this might be, or what appears to be. And because we're good people, because we like you, travelers, in the very first scenarios, you will have maybe some kind of hint of what could be required. As we progress through the campaign, you're gonna get nothing, I'm afraid. But you requested that. You wanted us to make a challenge, and this is what we did. Okay, do you want to interact with the marker?
Certainly do, yeah.
Okay. Why do we have a question here? Because sometimes we touch without wanting to touch. So, it's good to have a question. Are you sure you want to do this? Yes or no?
Are you sure? Yeah.
The darkness closes in, but a bright shaft of light between the rocks on the opposite side of the stagnant water draws your attention. As you approach, you find an entrance to a grotto with a lantern illuminating its walls. Cold air and humidity greet you, but the foul odor of the grotto assaults your olfactory senses. A chill runs down your spine at the thought that more of those reanimated corpses may lurk here. So now it says place the interaction marker, so we need another interaction marker, entire space B. And we're gonna remove the...
it's not that one, is it?
The interaction one, yeah.
No, we got the wrong one.
And we're gonna remove the one Sokka is standing on. Now, Jon, you've moved, but you could perform an action that could be interacting with that entrance of the grotto, because you're adjacent to it.
Let's see what happens, yeah?
Yeah. See, Jon is adjacent to an interaction marker, therefore he can interact with it.
Okay.
Exploration markers on top, and this is not interaction, this is something that you activate. Interaction markers adjacent to it. Diagonally counts,
Okay,
yes.
so we're going to interact with it then, see what happens.
This path does not inspire confidence.
Uh-oh.
At all. Jon, do you want to interact with the marker?
Go for it.
Yes, of course.
Fearless.
Dwarf.
You advance through the twisting corridor carved into the rock with the lights of the rusty lamps just barely illuminating the way. However, you encounter in the woods puts you on edge, and you can't shake the feeling that something is watching you. Here, a perception test is required.
Let's see what happens. Okay, so perception value is marked with an I, and she has an orange dice. I'm just going to take these
Right there.
and a yellow dice. Okay, so she's got a success and
that's it.
One success. That's it. Yeah.
I mean, you possibly have, seen something.
Yeah.
Don't know.
We'll
Let's
see what
see.
happens. Yeah.
Oh no. Despite being careful, you hear a distinct clicking noise as you lift your foot. The terrible realization then strikes you that you have just activated a cleverly camouflaged button that was hidden among the stones. Behind you, a rusty portcullis plummets from the ceiling, slamming into place and locking you in the grotto.
Oh no.
But that's not just it. At the far end of the grotto, through an opening you hadn't noticed until now, because definitely you've seen nothing.
It's dark. It's very dark.
A mass of rotten flesh, creaking bones, and nasty black rot that slowly joins and then separates into various humanoid forms drops to the ground.
Okay.
The vile creature raises their weapons with malicious intent, then lurch towards you. That went well. Okay, so now we need to place the tile as indicated.
Bring it on, bring it on.
Leave it up, there you go. And we need to place our character in space D. There you go. And then we deploy the white husk.
The white husks.
In spaces A and Z of the tile 402. And we remove the interaction marker.
A and C.
Yes.
Ooh.
We take out the interaction marker. And then we place a special interaction, which is a closed door in between the tiles,
Right.
as indicated by the app. Yes.
Just as a note, they are actually locked in here with Soka. They need to be.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
You're not
That's
locked
it.
in there with them. They're
No,
locked in
they're
there
Oh,
with
she
you.
is
They're
ready.
locked in there with Soka.
Yeah.
Poor
then-
things.
Thank Rorschach for that.
And we place an exploration marker just underneath
one is it?
the
This one here on the left.
and underneath the husk on space Z.
So that's the one that you activate by being on top of, correct?
Not the husk though.
No, not the husk.
No,
I don't
not the
think
husk.
don't think anyone wants to really touch those guys.
However, I like that you asked that question because please, may I ask you to try and activate the exploration marker for
Sure.
me? Yeah.
There's a dialogue.
Yeah, just
It says, the hallway sneaks deep down into the ground.
but
Oh, it says right there, you cannot interact with this marker while there are enemies still standing.
exactly. We are not going to allow you
Good
to
to
advance freely through the corridors and dungeons of these dungeon crawler.
You gotta.
So now what
Put
happens?
them down.
A combat. Actually, I don't know what to say because she's basically trapped in there. So we advance one round and
Initiative trackers.
these comes again. So we have the, can I have the initiative token of the litter husks? The litter husks. Okay, so these go to 5. You should go before me.
Right.
Yeah.
The company token can be used again, correct?
Yes.
Because that was
Yeah.
at the end,
New
the end of the
combat.
last combat. We
Exactly.
turned
New
back
round,
in,
new
right?
round. Yeah.
You can be.
I'll take
You
it
can
back.
use that one
Alright, there
again.
you
So, all right, you're gonna go first.
I will
don't want to
go
go.
first, yeah.
My God, we're far.
My
We're
friend
very
here,
far.
My friend here might need a little bit of healing, actually, now that we think about it.
We're going to use
Darks.
Dalek first, or
Yeah, we can go first, yeah.
can't shoot through closed doors there, can he?
Well, if it's a portcullis, though, and that would indicate
but
that it would have holes. Could you not shoot through them? No?
I mean, narratively makes perfect sense,
Yeah,
but no, you can't.
right.
No, you can't.
Come on, Hoopoe, you're killing me. Or you're killing Ahsoka.
I'd rather you two.
Soka isn't even
I'm
breaking
just
a
trying.
sweat.
I'm trying to help you, Joe. I'm trying to help you.
Dark first, right?
Dalek first, yeah, let him move around and stuff.
Okay.
See if
so
we can maybe.
puts us here.
Yeah, and the 3, number 3.
Yeah.
3.
All right, so, Darach. Wildling, what is it you want to do?
The wildling.
Can I pray for Ahsoka's well-being? Because that seems like all I have to do at this point.
Okay, so because you don't have adjacent enemies,
Well,
you
all right.
can move, but you were.
I can move, but you said I can't shoot through the portcullis. But can I try to bash it, or
You can move over to it.
I can move over to it and
You can
sit
try and
on it?
lift the
I don't
door,
know.
yeah.
Take a look at it. Maybe we can lift it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you
Okay.
can lift it, or maybe somebody else
But
can
first,
help you lift it.
you need to move using your pull of movement, and
What?
you are
Which one's that? I forget.
you are
three,
inside the
right? Yeah.
water, my friend. So that means
So it's gonna take 2 to
coming
get out.
is going to cost you 2. So that
Right.
will be
I can only move
2.
one, and then
and then
1.
3.
You're going to have to run.
All right.
So what is it you're going to do? You can actually see, this is why Darach is a very special, not very special, but a very fast character, because he has an option when he can displace.
Right.
And in order to interact with the marker, he needs to do that. He needs to invest energy.
Yeah. We
So,
will displace.
and then that means he could move 1. Pew. And then you can place a hunter's mark on them, because again, you don't need line of sight, and that might be useful.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm a bit confused because you said I can't shoot through that. So
But you don't need to see them, at least as long as they are in range of your weapons.
Right.
You can place a hunter's mark.
And you have to use this energy now you've committed to the line anyway.
Yeah.
So,
You've committed.
in for a penny, in for a pound, right?
Yeah. Pound of flesh, I hope.
All right, let's hope.
All right, so now I'm taking that your action is going to be trying to lift the portcullis and helping Soka. Okay.
Yes.
The portcullis has fallen, blocking any further progress, and it seems it will take a Herculean effort to lift it. Do you want to interact with the marker?
Yes.
Okay, so now the access to the grotto is blocked by a portcullis, but with enough strength it could be lifted and the entrance open. A companion can assist you in this test. Now what does that mean? It means that, again, this is a cooperative game. We're here to help each other in some situations more than others. So if he has an adjacent character that I could ask for a friend for help, that means you take one of the die on the value of the character that's helping and roll with Lerar's
So yeah, definitely, because Soka is standing on the other side of the portcullis and help each other out, right?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
You can take a red one, which is the best one. Yeah.
Okay.
So there you go. You get a red one as well.
So I get a red
And then you
an
get
orange and a
yellow.
yellow.
Whole range of a.
Oh wow! Look,
Oh, all right.
Woo!
There we go.
Epa!
3 successes.
Yep.
Would that be enough to pass the test?
I imagine so.
I mean, I want to imagine that. Gathering all the strength you can muster, you manage to lift the portcullis and it strikes the ceiling with a resounding clang.
Clang.
Remove the special interaction marker. There you go.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
It does indeed. Yeah, well done.
All right. So, and now because actually, there's no energy left for you. So
Yeah, I'm
you are going to move.
spent. Yes.
Yeah.
Right, but so guys, your turn. You and I are gonna have to run like a lot.
Yeah.
Did you bring your good shoes?
I think so. I think I'm just going to try to avoid the mud. That's
Okay.
my plan.
Soka.
She's going to stomp forwards and smash somebody. But before she does that, she's going to taunt them and displace herself.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So I'm going to
Free
put
there.
this taunt marker here and this one here to displace myself. Okay. And
And then you're gonna smash.
then I'm going to smash them using this wonderful axe and a very fine suit of armor and a shield as well. So I need a blue one and a black one. Okay, great. Let's do it. She gets a whole bunch of
My God, that was no good.
All right.
nothing. Okay, so I can do a switch. I can take that with my axe and do a switch, which gives me 1 success.
Okay. I'm guessing that one's number 1, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good. So
So
1.
he's bleeding a bit.
Yay.
Alright.
I'm going to need a bit of help.
Okay.
My turn, I believe.
Yeah.
Help out, yeah. Let's see what she
Okay.
Come on, Lucci.
So I'm gonna see. Okay, first of all, I have 3 free movements, right? Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to add 1 to my initiative
Okay.
to take. Can I pass through his space?
Yes,
I can,
we
correct?
can pass. That's
So-
a good question. We can pass with normal movement
Right.
spending through the allies, and we can do that with the enemies too, but it will cost us double.
Okay.
Okay, so yes, you
Okay.
can pass through.
So 1, 2, 3. That gets me here.
Uh-huh.
And I do not have enough movement, I suppose, to actually get close.
No, you don't in this case.
No, but what I am going to do, I believe I can go right here, correct?
Yeah.
I'm going to try to put myself over there. I'm going to use these 2. This gives me back an aura marker, but I didn't lose any. But I can move to here.
Yes.
And this, I think, positions me pretty well to block the way and allow Dardak, because Dardak can attack in above Soka.
Yeah,
correct?
because
Shoot
Soka,
over
as a
her.
dwarf, she doesn't block line of
So-
sight, and Darak is an elf. He's,
Great. This way,
noticeably taller than Soka.
yeah. This way, if Naira comes over here too, we're blocking the way.
Okay,
So I think that ends my turn.
since I'm already here and you guys have pretty much everything controlled on there, I'm gonna see what's in there, because that's just the neck of the bottle. I can do much. I mean, you got this. I mean, I can see. It's like the mom that can to see from afar. Their kids be like, "You got this. I'm trusting you." So I'm gonna come here, And it says that some kind of flowery bushes, it might be possible to identify what kind of plants they are in order to use them to your advantage. So as I hear the wrestling sounds of the battle and the screams from my companions, you want to interact with the marker? Yes, I do. You rummage through the bushes for something that might be useful. The forest is treacherous, but it is also a great source of raw materials. If you identify any plants, you will be able to use them when you return to Hawthorn Point. And it is a perception test, and it says examine the plants, and my perception value is 2 yellows and an orange. Can I have 2 yellow dice, please? Thank you.
There you go. Oh, look at you!
I could even have 4 if I wanted, but I'm not gonna be
Fancy
greedy.
wizarding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Identify some flowers that will be useful as ingredients. We obtained yarrow. Hey guys, I got
There
some
you go.
flowers. How is it going over there?
Good luck. Yeah.
And I'm bringing you
Thanks for that.
flowers.
You can buy yourself flowers.
What
I
nice
do.
companion.
Okay. All right. So now that it's free, I just don't like leaving things behind. So now I can run to help you because you need me. 1, 2, and 3. I'm actually going to. I mean. No, actually, I am gonna advance 1. And I'm gonna place an outerling. And my outerling is going to be. Do I reach 1, 2, 3, 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, I'm gonna place an outerling where Sokka is. It's not occupying space, but this means that this little guy over there automatically gains the state slowed.
Perfect.
Great.
Okay, so that was my trigger. So 1, 2, 3, and that's me.
Great.
Since we want to interact with this exploration marker, we're gonna get rid of those enemies, clear the way, and we'll see what's waiting for us in the depths of these tunnels. Okay.
That'll be the new game.
Who wants to keep on exploring?
We're
Yeah,
here.
let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right. Well, I guess maybe this time Ludwig will.
I think
Yeah.
she seems to be less distracted.
Yeah, she's gonna
The
try
hallway
to see what's going on over here.
Ooh, I thought there was a snake. No, the hallway snakes deep down into the ground. Do you want to interact with this marker?
Yes.
As you pass through an opening in the wall, an underground chamber opens out before you. It has the signs of recent activity, remains of bonfires, and a plethora of various footprints on the ground. The air is pungent, with the distinct smells of oil, blood, and smoke. Off in the background, you can see a closed door. To the one side of the chamber, you see a cell carved into the rock with grimy, rust-covered bars. Something stirs inside the cell. A haggard-looking dwarf sits upon the pallet and gasps at the sight of you. He begins to sob hysterically as he tightly latches onto the bars, then turns to you. He manages to keep his tone hushed as he fears someone else is hearing his sobs. Thank the ancestors. Get me out of here, please, for mercy's sake. I don't want my fate to be as the others. I beg of you, free me now.
Ooh, so that gives us new rooms to explore. We're gonna place the tile just over here. And we're gonna place 1 interaction marker on space D, please. Mm-hmm. Another one in the bonfire. Another one in the far corner where the statue is. And a closed door in space B. Ooh, and we're gonna remove the exploration marker. Thank you, Lucci. Very good job, as always. Okay. All right, so we have the dwarf over there, and what does it say? There is a rather upset dwarf locked in the cell. His morose sobs tell you that speaking to him will require some tact. Lucci, I'm afraid that you are the one with the highest charisma and possibly the highest patience, so would you mind going there yourself?
I think, I'm gonna go visit him.
Okay.
And I actually have 2 oranges for this.
Do you want to interact with the marker? Let's see what he says.
Yeah, why not?
By the light of your lantern, it is clear to see that he is dressed in a Mount Haven uniform, recognizing the emblem of company of expeditioners. It seems that you have found part of the company.
Okay.
At last.
We found it.
Oh, that's good.
Huzzah.
Who's playing their turn? I believe that's you, Ludovic.
That is me.
So we can talk to him. We can open the door, but we can't. Why is it? We need a bunch of keys. Have we found that through the hallway? No, we haven't.
Didn't find the keys.
We've not
Yeah,
found
not
keys.
yet. And we can, we have the option to do nothing, but I guess you want to talk to him.
I think
don't
I'm
you?
a pretty noble soul. I feel like I would want to talk to him.
I
Yeah.
think so too, yeah. All
right,
right, so
That's what she said.
Oh, there you go.
there you go.
There you go.
That's two.
Okay.
That's a winner.
Well,
Okay.
I got 2 here. Hopefully that's enough to make him feel a little bit more calm.
For a fleeting moment, you're considering picking the lock, but you quickly dismiss that idea, and you're not going to risk ripping the bars off either, because you'd make a hellacious amount of noise doing so. We're smart people over here. The keys for this cell must be around here somewhere. The dwarf reaches out for you through the bars, desperately trying to grab hold of your clothes as he continues to sob. You are struck by the scar that cuts across his temple in a zigzag pattern. My name is Vasterik, and this is my fault. I brought them here. I betrayed them. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I never in 100 lifetimes imagined it would end like this. Please have mercy. You must help me. Your calming words seem to soothe him a bit, although he still sobs as he relates his tale of woe and deception. I'm a member of Company 21, but I betrayed them. Master Samara promised me that if I brought them here, they would reward me. I did so, following the damnable voices, the whispered words in my head. I led them deep into the forest then. They were caught, and I fled like the contemptible coward I am. But those marked monsters caught up with me and threw me in this cage with the others. My companions they couldn't look me in the eye. His voice breaks, and for a moment it seems he's going to be unable to continue. He sniffs, muttering almost on the breath. They took them all, one by one, and they didn't come back. And I know they're coming from my height next. They won't let me forget what I've done. I might be a traitor and a coward, but I don't want to die. A strange gleam dances in his eyes as he desperately begs you, please, please don't strand me here. I'm sorry, I am so sorry. I don't want to die. Updated objectives. We need to free him. That's what we came to do. Although,
Okay, let's get him out.
well, that's not exactly what we were expecting. Okay, so we've looked for the keys. With any luck.
No luck there.
Apparently they're hiding somewhere else because they're definitely not here. But we've reckoned that maybe, Soka's a dwarf, and Soka is also a member of a company of expeditioners, so maybe
She'll
there's
have a chat.
something. Yeah, maybe there's something they
Yeah.
can chat about. And do you want to interact with a marker? Yes,
Yeah,
I
let's
want.
do it, yeah.
Who's playing their turn? Now is Soka.
Now is Soka.
And
See what
look,
she has to say.
there's only one option possible
Mm-hmm.
if you're playing with Soka, and that is asking about Company 17, which is the company Soka used to belong. And this is where our game shines and expands. The narrative will vary, not only throughout the campaign, but also in the same scenarios. You've seen we've overcome some tests and avoided some traps. We've fallen into others, and that is a branched narrative within the scenario itself. We could have avoided the portcullis falling and the husk. We could have fallen into a trap of the crossbows at the very beginning of the forest. And now, depending on who is playing their turn, other options and other information can be offered by the game. Cool. So now, Soka doesn't need to have any test or any role. She's directly asking him about the company. Aggressively, Soka slams the fist into the bars, causing the starter dwarf to recoil. Soka questions him about Company 17, about her companions, and although he doesn't understand the rationale very well, he replies that yes, he knew them. As anxiety grips through Soka's chest. She asks if they were also betrayed and if the dwarf Basturic had something to do with their disappearance. At first, Soka doesn't realize she's yelling at him and that she's essentially accusing him of handing over Company 17 as well. I did no such thing, he defends himself, although he keeps his distance. I barely knew them. It was the voices. The voices. That being said, he calls up into the fetal position on the pallet, completely shutting down. You won't be able to get anything more out of him for a while. Now, alright, the keys are not here. They're definitely behind that door.
Yeah.
And I suggest that we have a ranger for something, so you can go. I'm gonna carefully watch you from behind.
Surely.
Alright, so let's jump onto it.
So, let's do it.
It is no this one.
I'm sorry.
What?
The door. Yeah.
It is a closed door. It appears jammed and not so easy to open. Do you want to interact with this marker? This is what we came here to do.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
As you approach the door, you are greeted with a gut-churning mix of odors: oil, smoke, burnt meat, and blood. Why am I smiling like that? Voices can be heard on the other side, but you can't discern what they're saying. And some markers, some interactions will allow you to take one or other road in order to complete them. You can pick the lock. That will be an agility test. You can kick the door down because delicacy is not your strong suit. That will be a strength test. Or you can listen closely at the door. That will be a perception test. What is it that you want to do?
Let's listen at the door.
Let's listen. Okay, all right. So you need to take a perception test.
1,
2. Where's that?
hollow.
It's hollow, yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay. You focus on listening as hard as you can, but you can't make out more than an incomprehensible murmur. The only thing you can deduce is that there is more than one person on the other side. I mean, I was going to say that's good, but I don't know for sure if it's good that there's more than one because I don't know how many they are. Okay, so you already moved and you did your interaction, so the wizards do not open doors. I mean, if we know something, is that wizards don't open doors. So, Lucci, do you want to go?
I'll go check it out. In my case, I think I might as well try to pick the lock, right?
Okay.
Maybe try for delicacy, and then if it doesn't work,
You can use your... Soka is here, she can kick the door.
Smash it.
All right, so some agility test.
All right, I got 3 yellows.
Wow,
got a
that's
2 there,
solid,
yeah.
yeah.
That's good.
Let's see if I can open it. The room you enter appears to be a chapel with an altar in the background, on which candles, books, and other objects that you cannot make out are resting. The repulsive smell of burning meat permeates the air here. With their backs to you, shadowy figures busy themselves with the removal of bloody corpses scattered all over the floor. They do not notice you as you open the door. The pair whirl around, completely taken by surprise. It seems that they are human, but they are dressed in an incredibly strange outfit. Their faces are covered with crude, horned masks, and on their shoulders they wear a cape with severed arms sewn together. They appear as monsters in this rather ghoulish costume. Before they have time to react, you bark a command to your teammates to strike.
Indeed, there were more than one people, because we have one unit of intact in space C of tile 109 in adjacent. Oh, those will be the black ones.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes, just bring me the black ones.
All right, I got one.
There you go, and then the other one will not put here. And then we need to place the event marker, number 1, in position 8 of the initiative tracker. So that means that when we reach that position, something will happen. And we all get to be placed in position 1 of the initiative tracker because we did so good that we caught them by surprise.
Okay, cool.
All right, so I think maybe you that are closer, you can go first.
I think maybe Dark should go first because he's the one who's actually in the door. I'm kind of there helping out.
So Darak, do you want to go first? And then I'm gonna go.
second, maybe?
I'm gonna go last. So put myself like at the bottom of the pile.
Yeah.
And then yours.
Sure. There we go.
And then Darak. And we go in position 1.
All right. There we go.
Oh, we need the leader. The leader in tag is the grey one.
This one.
Yeah, and this one goes in space A. So in front of you. Sorry, I forgot about that one.
I've got a neighbor
Do we
there.
want to reconsider our strategy?
Yeah,
Or
perhaps
maybe you
I
can
should go first.
You can actually displace yourself and just run away, which is what is strongly recommend you to do.
Backwards.
Yeah.
I can move backwards,
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
It's like, hey,
we can leave it.
stop.
Because
Somersault
he'll want to move. He'll want to move away anyway for Soka or.
Yeah, definitely.
someone to
We
take
need to
damage.
clear the
So
way.
he should start.
So I'll do I'll probably do the same thing, right? So I'm moving now, or are we in the
Yeah,
movement
go
phase?
ahead.
Okay.
Put that one here.
Oh yeah, you're right. The initiative tokens, can I have them, please?
Yeah.
This one and this one, yeah?
No.
So yeah,
No, the guy in the corner.
Oh yeah, the leader.
The leader.
The
yeah.
black. No, sorry, John, that was my fault. The black one.
These two.
And the black one goes in position 4, and the leader in position 3. There you go.
All right.
Okay, so
We'll
let's
displace
get
and then-
these intact.
Wait, sorry.
Hit.
I was just gonna say if you might want to use like this one and this one so you can attack twice and then we finish them quicker.
Let's do
Okay,
it.
dude, but what is the blank space? Then that was
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
So you move back, you attack, and then you use one of the bottom ones to attack again.
Right.
Do this.
Yeah. There you go. And you're like, woo!
Right. Move back and then.
And then you attack. And now the intact's actually going to defend himself. And
Okay, so you're going to need to roll
Right. The
these
red
two.
and
And the
the
armor.
leader defends himself with a block and a black one. So do you want to be
Sure,
the
I'll be
intact leader?
the intact leader.
You get 1 block automatically, plus.
Yep. All right, so he's actually gonna block 2.
And you've got 2.
Damn it.
so it's a stalemate. Yeah.
Okay, doesn't matter. You have another chance because there's more energy left for you.
Put it there.
Okay, so that was a pretty solid roll. We got 3. That was unstoppable. Again, that has come with a lot of caffeine in his system. Okay, so now, Lucci, it's your turn.
Sure.
Smash, smash, smash.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay where I am, and I'm going to upgrade my roll. And actually, I can discard an aura token to upgrade twice.
There we go.
So I'm going
Come
to
on,
attack
Lucci.
with 2 of these, and you can roll for him if you want.
Yep.
And your armor.
Oh, and my armor, yes.
I've got
And-
hardly anything. A hollow block.
But he's blocking 1.
He blocks
So
1.
I have actually done 1, and then this would be a healing. So yeah, I've actually just done 1 damage that then gets blocked.
That's good. Don't worry, but you have some energy left, so another
do it
one.
again.
So I now can do this here, and I'm actually going to move 1 on the initiative track. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to spend another aura to upgrade 1 of mine again.
Do it.
And this way I can.
And the armor.
Put him up, yep.
Don't forget about the armor.
So I didn't get any block.
All right. And this time I have done 1, and I've gotten a hollow, so I actually get to do 2 damage. So 1 of them gets blocked, and I do 1 damage to him.
Okay, we almost have him. We
right.
almost have him.
Now,
Okay.
Soka's turn.
So Sokka's going to steam in there.
So we need you here for a moment.
Okay, so he's got no blocks. And
1, 2.
okay, so with the switch and that success, that's 2 more.
Okay.
All right.
All right, now here's my turn. I'm going to move freely. And actually, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to upgrade my roll. I would activate the Naurlin, but they're not here. And now he needs to roll his magical resistance value because he is confronting a spell that I'm throwing. And I believe his magical resistance is a black die. So, 1, 1, 2. He's dead. He's
gone.
dead.
He's
All
gone.
right. There he goes.
Ooh, and something's happening.
Finished him off.
We obtain a gold coin.
Wow.
We're rich.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Don't spend that in one place.
The lifeless body of the intact leader collapses to the ground.
Boom!
The rest of the intact flee in panic, and you decide to grab, this the symbol that they're wearing. There's a rusty symbol over
The
there.
rusty symbols.
Yeah,
symbol,
and we
yeah.
decide to grab it and take it back to Hawthorn Point, as it probably can't be identified there.
Okay,
somewhere. I don't know. Oh, and we got a milestone unlocked. The first one to unlock the alternative scenarios, the side quests that you can play. You can find this throughout the campaign, and when you complete 4 of them, you'll get a brand new scenario. How cool is that?
Very cool, very cool.
If it's still in the initiative tracker, remove event marker number 1. Bye!
These guys are us. Yeah.
Remove all enemy miniatures that remain in this scenario and finalize the combat. We're so good, we scare them off. We obtained torn cloth. 2 torn cloths. We are going to have so many things to do in Hawthorn Point. So now, all right, we need to look for the keys. All right, this is the last one. There was not in the chest, there was not in the altar, but we got a perfume of protection, and that's always good. They have to be here. There's a most intriguing shiny object hanging over the wall. If these are not the keys, we're going to need Sokka to open bravely the door. Do you want to interact with a marker? Yes, I do. A bunch of keys. We found them. A bunch of keys hang on the wall. Surely one of them will open the cell where the dwarf is imprisoned. Yes! We obtained a bunch of keys. Hey, yay! Remove the expiration marker.
So we can just toss the keys to Sokka.
Definitely it. Naida tosses them to Lucci, Lucci tosses them to Darach, and Darach tosses them to Sokka. And now, Sokka, it is your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to interact with the marker. Yes, I would like to.
You don't need to put himself on top of it. That's only for the expiration markers.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
It looks better that way.
Yeah, you're like on top of it. And now you see the open the door option is already, actually available. Are you sure you want to use the bunch of keys?
Oh, yes.
Yes, we are.
That's their purpose.
Remove the interaction marker.
All right.
After trying a couple of keys, you finally find the one that opens the cell, and Vasdrik rushes out, thanking you profusely in a broken voice. He stares at you, expectant group, then suddenly frowns and flattens himself against the wall, as if defending himself against an attack that has yet to come. Don't you dare judge me. You would have done the same. No one is all good, no one. Those voices, Master Samara, I keep wondering if they were telling me the truth. My companions, I didn't want to be killed. And I won't be, no. He rummages through his robes, quickly producing a gold coin, which he offers you with trembling hands. If you let me go, I'll make it up to you. I won't go back. I have contacts, people in the slums who would be grateful, very grateful to you if you let me go. Take this, take it for yourselves. You glance at each other for a moment, not knowing exactly what to do. Giving him up would have its advantages, for sure, but the denizens of the slums wield a good amount of power in Hawthorn Point. You shouldn't rule out the possibility of improving your relationship with them, if you can. And now, the party must make a decision. And this is where, again, the narrative switches and changes and switches from one thing to the other. What do we do? And by we, I mean you, because you are gonna be the ones deciding. Do we let the dwarf go and return to Hawthorn Point? Or do we turn the dwarf into Moonhaven?
I say turn him in.
Turn him in, no?
I would say that Ludwig, being a cleric, being kind of probably in favor of justice, would also probably say turn him in.
I mean, he's a traitor.
He's clearly lying about something. Yeah.
Let his own deal with him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They'll pass judgment on him.
I mean, they're all dead because he betrayed them.
He
so.
is a traitor. Let's
So we're
turn him in.
choosing.
They might even have problems in the slums if they had connections with his companions. I don't know.
Yeah.
So we're choosing to turn the dwarf into
It's a win-win.
Moonhaven.
Yeah.
And now we increase our affinity with Moonhaven by 1 point. And a path has been chosen.
End of the scenario. You agree that Vastrik is a traitor, and therefore it's up to the dwarfs of Mount Haven to pass judgment on him for his misdeeds. Upon hearing that he is going to return to Hawthorn Point, the dwarf makes a half-hearted attempt to escape, but you foil this sad attempt almost immediately. Along the way, between whimpers and occasional screams, Vastrik spouts a litany of nonsensical things that don't immediately make sense, but you try to associate them with things you experienced in that cave. The sight of the dead bodies, both those of the servants of the so-called Master Samara and the previously reanimated corpses, only awakens more questions in your mind. Most notably, that this Master Samara is the one behind the disappearance of the dwarfs, and more than likely many other groups of adventurers who did not make it home to Hawthorn Point. Furthermore, they are responsible for turning Vestrik to madness and betrayal. You do not know this Samara yet, but you do know that it would be unwise to take them lightly, as it's clear that they can command dark and incomprehensible forces. Back at Hawthorn Point, you turn Vestrik over to Ambassador Thursmond while explaining to her what happened. She clenches her fists and her eyes flash with anger as she glowers at the traitorous dwarf, ordering her guards to get him out of her sight and toss him in a place where he won't be seen for some time. She thanks you briefly, but sincerely, and assures you that she will not forget your service to Mount Haven. Bringing Vestrik back will help them find out a good deal more about the sad fate of Company 21, and she confesses that her main priority now is to recover the bodies of those deceased dwarfs. You could use a spot of rest after the adventure, so you say goodbye to the Ambassador and go outside. With the memories of the mission still fresh in your mind, you cannot help but wonder if the appearance of these new monsters is somehow connected to the suspicious activity of the mists that now surround the forest. Continue.
And that would be the very first scenario for the narrative campaign of Warcrow Adventures. Thank you guys so much for playing. Did you have fun?
Well, yeah,
We made it! We did it!
We killed some stuff.
We didn't die!
Yeah, no one fell to the ground even.
No one did! Thank
one
you
inside
so
conscious.
much for coming here with me, and thanks to you players and travelers, and just thank you so much for all the support. Now remember that the Pledge Manager will be open from April 3rd to June 6th, and that's your opportunity to either manage your pledge, if you made one already in the Kickstarter campaign, or just to join the adventures. See, much more of this is awaiting for you. There's progress within the campaign. The characters will improve and get new abilities, new equipment, new mysteries will be unraveled. Maybe you get a better glimpse of who this Master Samara and other enemies are. And yeah, just thank you so much for joining us in these very special Whispers of Lindwurm. And it's been a very real pleasure, Wilmy.
Thank you,
very
Hoopoe.
much.
Thank you very much for inviting us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure for us to be here too.
Yay!
Yeah, really
Very
great.
much so.
Really good fun.